It is said that in the vast world of Buddhist teachings, even the smallest actions can carry the weight of profound wisdom. Life's most powerful lessons often hide in the simplest gestures, waiting for us to discover their deeper meaning. This is the story of how putting sugar in shoes, a seemingly trivial act, became a transformative practice, a metaphor for life's sweetness, and a doorway to enlightenment. In a quiet monastery nestled atop a mountain shrouded in mist, there lived a young monk named Tenzin. Tenzin was diligent in his studies, but his heart was often restless. He struggled to grasp the deeper truths of the Dharma, the teachings of the Buddha. Every day he swept the temple, prepared offerings, and meditated with the other monks. But despite his efforts, he felt disconnected, as if the sacred texts and practices were distant stars he could not reach. One day, the head monk, an elderly teacher known for his cryptic yet enlightening lessons, called Tenzin to his side. "You seem troubled, Tenzin," the master said. "Tell me, what burdens your mind?" "Master," Tenzin replied, "I study the teachings and perform the rituals, but I feel no closer to enlightenment. I do not understand how to bring the Buddha's wisdom into my daily life." The master smiled gently and handed Tenzin a small pouch of sugar. "Tomorrow morning, as you prepare to meditate, sprinkle a pinch of this sugar into the shoes of the other monks." Tenzin was puzzled. Sugar? In shoes? Surely this was some kind of test. Nevertheless, he obeyed. Before dawn the next day, as the other monks slept, Tenzin tiptoed into the dormitory. With quiet care, he sprinkled a tiny amount of sugar into each pair of shoes, including his own. When the monks awoke, none of them noticed the addition. They went about their day as usual, and so did Tenzin. For several days, Tenzin continued this strange ritual. Though it felt meaningless at first, he began to notice a subtle shift in himself. Each time he sprinkled the sugar, he did so with intention, thinking of the joy and comfort it might bring to his brothers, even if they never knew the source. As the days passed, he began to feel lighter, more connected, and even a bit joyful. The burden of his spiritual struggles seemed to ease. Then, one morning, something unexpected happened. A senior monk, known for his stern demeanor, approached Tenzin with an uncharacteristic smile. "Tenzin," he said, "I don't know why, but lately I've felt a strange sweetness in my heart during our morning meditations. It's as if life itself has become lighter." Another monk chimed in. "Yes, I've felt it too. The air feels brighter, as though something unseen is gently guiding us." Tenzin listened quietly, his heart swelling with a mix of wonder and humility. Could it be that his small, secret act of sprinkling sugar had this much power? He began to realize that the act itself was less important than the intention behind it. By focusing his mind on kindness and service, he had unknowingly infused his actions with the essence of the Dharma. Later, Tenzin went to the head monk to share what had transpired. The elder smiled knowingly. "You see, Tenzin, the sugar was never about the taste or the act itself. It was a tool, a means to awaken your awareness. When you poured your intention into those small gestures, you practiced mindfulness, compassion, and selflessness. These are the foundations of the path to enlightenment." The head monk continued. "In Buddhism, we often speak of mindfulness as the art of being fully present. But mindfulness is not limited to meditation cushions or temple halls. It is in the way we sweep the floor, the way we prepare our meals, and yes, even the way we sprinkle sugar into shoes. Each moment is an opportunity to practice awareness, to infuse our actions with love and understanding." Tenzin finally understood. The act of putting sugar in shoes was not some magical ritual, it was a reminder that even the smallest, most mundane actions could become sacred when approached with mindfulness and intention. It was a way to dissolve the illusion of separateness and recognize that every action, no matter how small, has the potential to ripple out and touch others in profound ways. As Tenzin continued his practice, he noticed how this simple act transformed his perspective. He began to see the interconnectedness of all things. He realized that just as the sugar in the shoes brought a sweetness to others' lives, so too could his thoughts, words, and deeds bring light and joy to the world. His restlessness faded, replaced by a deep sense of peace and purpose. Word of Tenzin's practice began to spread among the monks, and soon they adopted their own versions of the ritual. Some left small flowers on each other's pillows, while others silently tidied shared spaces. The monastery became a living embodiment of the Dharma, where every act, no matter how small, was an offering of love and mindfulness. Years later, when Tenzin became a teacher himself, he would tell his students this story. He would say, "Life is full of opportunities to put sugar in shoes. It's not about the sugar nor the shoes, it's about the intention you carry in your heart. When you approach life with mindfulness and compassion, you will find that even the smallest acts can change the world." And so the lesson endures, a timeless teaching of Buddhism. True transformation begins not with grand gestures, but with the quiet, deliberate practice of mindfulness in our daily lives. It is the small acts, done with great love, that hold the power to awaken us to the interconnected beauty of existence. Now, as you reflect on this story, ask yourself, where can you sprinkle sugar in your own life? How can you bring a little sweetness to the lives of those around you? Start with one small act today, a kind word, a thoughtful gesture, or a moment of mindful attention. Share this story with someone who needs a touch of sweetness in their life, and together let's create a world where every step we take is filled with love and intention.